Hey, day trader challengers! It's Bright again with another video here. We're on uh, continuation on the understanding, making trades, right? No commission trade, no commission trading, and we got a continuation on making good decisions to continue making trades, right? Again, about the 1%, that 1% compounded, 1% compounded, 1% compounded. We're focusing on 10K investment, right? Right. We want to be able to put in a portfolio. Right? Now, the most important aspect about investing and whatnot, right? We got to look at the long-term strategy. Long-term strategies where you put your money. Okay. By putting your money in, right, by sitting there, we'll obviously know that it's with current understanding of where I stand from, inflation is going to kill you, right? So you can't really just leave it in. You can't just leave it in the in by itself like cash. Leave it as cash value, right? And that's the most important thing to really see. I always thought that, why do I want to put it in stocks, right? It can lose its value. So the most important part is have a stop loss, right? Stop loss is something I still need to work on. Okay, stop loss should be turned on. Like, this is sort of my understanding. Stop loss should be, especially if you're holding a position, right? A stop loss should be should be in place on a daily basis, right? So that, hey, you're not losing your portfolio. Right? Imagine, right? That's the point where stock market crashes. People don't have a stop loss. Okay, they don't have a stop loss in their investment. So if the stock market crashes 50%, guess what? Your net worth just went up 50%, right? So you need to have a stop loss, and that's the most important part. Where your investment, well, if you look at like long-term gains, right? Long-term, right? You can't look at these little crashes and whatnot, because your investment on a long-term basis will have effect. But we have to be strategic about it. That if there's a stop loss, you got to pull out, right? So that's one of those things where it will go up and down, right? And that's the mentality. It will go up and down. Okay, now we just want to have more ups than downs. Okay, consistency, effort. When your asset is not in a place where it's consistently growing, it's losing its value, right? Its value is based on what people's opinions are, right? And that's the idea, right? It's, why is Apple worth so much money? Debatable. It's debatable if it's actually worth that much, if it's inflated or whatever, right? So it's the ability to understand stop loss. We try to understand how to get in and get out, right? Trade 10K. That's 10 times the amount. 1% of 10K is $100. Okay, and it's the ability to consistently grow that, right? And how are we able to do that on a consistent basis, right? It's that's where the challenge, and that's where your day trading comes in a little bit, where your stop loss, you're looking at those trend patterns. But we're looking at more long-term investment, right? And yeah, I mean, it's hard, and day trading, I begin to see the hardness in it, right? Because there's so many aspects of things that you got to sort of look into, and there's a lot of technical concepts, long term versus short term, and then we have a dollar cost averaging, right? And it's about, if I have $10,000 sitting there, I don't know what to do with it, right? It doesn't do much for me, right? How can I duplicate that on a consistent basis, right? You have to have a lot of movement, right? The volume, right? Volume is very important as well. Volume, more volume you have, the more the more chances of you be able to trade faster, right, and gain faster. Those are my thoughts for today, and we'll talk tomorrow and talk soon.